Yo, what is up everybody? Chris here from Big Sports News, bringing you guys another Major 3 video. This is part 2 of my coverage for Major 3, that being hosted by Optic Texas in beautiful Dallas, Texas. If you guys are going to the event, be sure to stay safe and have a good time. Call of Duty events are always a great time, and I hope you have fun if you're going. If you're not going, I hope you have fun watching, and I'll be bringing you guys coverage all weekend long, so be sure to stay tuned to the channel. Be sure to follow the TikTok if you want highlights. I post highlights on TikTok. Obviously, I missed weeks 2 and 3, but I have everything from stage 2 pretty much up to the major, and then everything from major 2, as well as everything from week 1 of stage 3, and then I'll have everything from major 3 as well going up there. So be sure to stay tuned for that. And yeah, without further ado, let's get right into the Pickems. So I just did a report card video right before this. If you guys haven't checked it out on the channel, be sure to go check it out. I uploaded that earlier this morning. That was the first thing. And this is the second part of the coverage, which is obviously going up later if you're watching this. And yeah, we're going to kick things off with our first matchup of the weekend, which is going to be the Toronto Ultra taking on the New York Subliners. And this is a really hard one. I'm really thinking. I've been thinking about this all day, but it didn't help. I'm just going to go with my gut and say that New York, with their improved S&D, their map pool is very similar. They're likely going to play Hotel Hardpoint, Hotel Control, Hotel S&D. Ultra looked not great on Hotel S&D. Subliners have not looked good on Hotel Hardpoint this stage of 0-2. Hotel Control, they looked pretty good on. I'm going to go Subliners with a 3-2. I don't know. I'm just going to go with the vibe pick there. Hixie and the boys look great, but I just feel like Subliners with, the chip on their shoulder from the last major, getting screwed with the flight cheese, the snow cheese. I feel like they'll be coming out to make a statement, and I think they start it there. Seattle Surge versus LA Guerillas. Yeah, we're just going to say 3-1 Surge. I think that's pretty safe. I feel like in the respawns, Surge are just going to outclass Guerillas. Like, they've just figured out their game at this point, and Guerillas are just figuring it out. Boston Breach versus Optic Texas. This might surprise some of you guys, but I have Boston taking this one pretty decisively. I feel like Breach are just a little bit better than Optic Texas. Optic Texas, when I was looking at the stats, I saw some very discouraging things hidden in the stats, and that's just Dashy and Ghosty really having a rough time and having lower engagements than the subs. I mean, I don't really know how I feel about that. I feel like something's a little bit off, and I feel like with that Boston team playing as fast as they do with Vivid, Nero, Awakening, and Beans, it's going to be rough for Optic, and I feel like Boston's going to walk out with the dub there. I'm going to say 3-2, just for the storylines. That means the next series would see Atlanta Faze taking on the LA Thieves, and I feel like it's just a matchup thing at this point. Faze's S&D is really good. They play hardpoint really tight, and the Thieves won the last matchup. But I feel like on LAN, after losing the last matchup the way that Faze did, they're going to want to make a statement, and I feel like they're going to come out really hot, and their hardpoint's going to look a lot different, and their S&D is very solid. So I think this is probably a 3-1 for Faze. Yeah, their hardpoint when you get to LAN, it's so different. It improves a lot because stage 2, their hardpoint looked almost just as bad, and they turned their heads at the majors. So we'll say 3-1 Faze. I feel like that's pretty safe given the fact that their hardpoints are always very close, and the S&D has been so one-sided when Faze plays anyone for the last 12 maps that they've played. So We'll say 3-1 there. That means we're moving on to elimination round 1 next. We're moving on to Friday. So kicking things off, we have the LA Guerillas taking on the Vegas Legion. Oh my God. So we have the rematch right here. Okay. Well. I think Vegas get their get back here. I think this tournament isn't a one and done for them. Call me crazy, but I feel like it's not a one and done for them. I'm going to say they get it done in game 5. I'm going to say TJ Terry makes it happen, and they get it done in game 5. LA Thieves drops to play Minnesota Rokkr in the bottom bracket. I'm going to say 3-1. I feel like it's pretty safe. Optic Texas drops to play the Ravens. We're going to say that's a 3-1 for Optic Texas. One and done for the Ravens. Ultra play Florida. I feel like that will be 3-1. Florida's a good team. We'll say 3-2. And we'll say 3-2 for Optic versus London, just so they make the fans sweat. So that means the next matchup would be Vegas versus LA Thieves. I think it'd be a 3-1 for the LA Thieves. I don't see Vegas upsetting the Thieves. I mean, I would love for that to happen just because I love the Vegas Legion, but I don't see it happening. Optic versus Toronto. Optic playing at home. I don't know that it'll matter. I feel like those Toronto boys are just on a different level at this point. That's no hate towards the Green Wall. I support Optic in every game but COD at this point. So, love the Green Wall. Got a lot of love for Optic fans, but I just don't think it's happening at this major. I mean, they just picked up an amateur player. They're just trying to figure it out, you know. So, it's just a rough situation to be in. Faze versus Surge. I'm going to say 3-2 Faze. I feel like Surge probably take both the hard points. Faze probably take the control. Or Faze take one hard point. Surge take another hard point in the control. But I think it goes to 5. I think Faze get it done. The S&D is just so hard to doubt. And you got to figure they win another map somewhere. If they win the map 2, you would have to figure that they either win 3 or 4. So I think it goes to 5 and Faze win that. Breach versus Subliners. Excuse me. I'm going to say 3-2 Subliners. Just hard to bet against Subliners. They're such a good team. Okay, thank God that's 7:30. I got some time. Surge versus Ultra. Yeah, I'm thinking Surge. I think it's game 5. I'm thinking Surge. Breach versus LA Thieves. Yikes. Now that's a tough one to predict. I'm going to go with the LA Thieves. I feel like they're the better team. I think it'll be a game 5. And I think it's going to be a sad one for the Breach fans. Sadly, pour one out for the boys. Okay, so that takes us to Saturday at 7:30 p.m. And then I know the winners' finals are usually first, right? Yep, winners' finals are first because that makes sense. So we'll say 3-2 Subliners. 3-2 Faze. I think Subliners will definitely catch fire this weekend, and I think they will make it to the winners' finals. I think their S&D will carry them, but I think their hardpoint will definitely be greatly improved enough to win some series. And the winners half get to the finals. And then on the bottom half of the bracket, damn, this is going to be hard. Surge, I think 3-2 Surge. I'll say 3-2 Surge. Or actually, I'll say 3-1 Surge. They probably just win the respawns. They might take an S&D. Yeah, that might be a crazy one. I'll say 3-2. Yeah, gotta say 3-2 for that one. So that means in the elimination finals, we would have Surge versus Subliners. And if both teams got to square up, I'm going to take the Surge. Yeah, at this point in the season, I'm going to take the Surge for sure. Let's see. Is there anything that I think is kind of faded? Legion over Guerillas isn't crazy. Thieves over Rokkr is not crazy. Tex over Ravens, obviously. Right, obviously. Most likely again. Most likely for sure there. Most likely again. Most likely. This is an upset, so we'll see what happens there. But this is the more likely outcome: 2 seed versus 6 seed, and most likely outcome there. Yeah, and then we'll see here. All right. So that means in the grand finals, it would be Atlanta taking on the Seattle Surge, and I feel like that's what most of us are expecting. I'm gonna say Surge probably take control somewhere in the grand finals. They probably take the hard points. Faze probably win 1 control. The 3 S&Ds. All right, so we'll say 4-3 Faze is the final. We're, as my man Farouk used to say, we're going to lock it in. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. My bracket is all done and dusted. I think the Atlanta Faze will take it all after a very, very exciting tournament filled with upsets and disappointment for some. So, if you want to watch the matches later today, then they start at 1:30 p.m. and we will kick things off with the subliners taking on the Ultra. Obviously, I'm thinking subliners. Then we'll see the Guerillas taking on the Surge. I'm thinking Surge. Then we will see our hosts, Optic Texas, take on the Boston Breach. I'm thinking Breach. And then in our last matchup of the day, we will have the LA Thieves taking on Faze, and I'm thinking Faze. So I hope you guys enjoyed all the COD action today. Be sure to stay tuned to the channel, like I said before. Stay tuned to the TikTok. If you haven't already, be sure to follow and check out some highlights. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. Once again, this is Chris from Fake Sports News, and I'm signing off. Be sure to stay tuned for the updates and enjoy the COD. Catch you guys on the next video. Peace out.